Welcome to stockmarketfunding.com. What we have up here is a weekly Dow chart. Below here as well, we have what we call a weekly S&P 500. And the thing that you're going to be showing, just like I did the S&P chart earlier, and don't forget that we're short the high of that S&P. We called it. It's on our homepage on our website. The live entries were transacted. It's still there, and so is the 10-year history on the Dow. So now that I've cleared that up, I am going to show you something very uncommon and very disturbing within bear and bull markets. Dow Industrial Average is printing at 98.65. It's up 120 points on the day. Yesterday it slid the bid and turned right over. So why are people confused about how to establish the overall broader indexes and broader sectors as to what the true state of momentum is? Rather, that momentum continues to be weak to the upside where a short takes place and vice versa. And I'm going to show you why. And I'm going to show you what's in common. The commonality is that here, once again, welcome to stockmarketfunding.com. We had that 2-week up move. We went long and then we shorted again at 1050 on the S&P. I mean on the Dow, by using the bear funds that we showed everyone. Go find those on our website at stockmarketfunding.com. I've got a weekly sell signal on the Dow, folks. How does that make you feel? The last time we had a weekly sell signal, you got to go back over here at the beginning of 2008. Right here. That's what a weekly sell signal did, and that's how many weeks it lasted. Now, let me show you what's transpired here on the Dow. Okay? Number one, I got every weekly moving average going in the wrong direction. I've crossed over the 10-week, over the 20, and about to cross over the 50, which is that line right there. Let me tell you, I've got a double week sell signal into play. Yeah, I am ripe for a bounce back up to resistance where I'll look at taking it short. Now, when I called the top of the Dow, we were up here on a percent DS at 93.85, and I said I was shorting the farm, folks. For the people viewing this video, go to stockmarketfunding.com, look on the home page. You will see where we were telling investors and everyone alike to get out of the market. If you don't have the skills, you don't belong here because you're going to get your head handed to you. And if you don't have risk management skills and the true value of it, you're going to get hurt. Well, short term at 20.63%, I'm due for a move back up into resistance. But let me just tell you now, the 10-week has crossed over the 20, and you got a big separation between that 10-week descending, declining in price, which means that any up move is to be sold short. Because every trend has a directional movement, but we're not in a bull trend, we're within a bear trend structure. Versus when you had the 10-week climbing above the 20-week and you had all those great things going on. But the minute that 10-week got flat and started to descend, that's where the markets have made these lows. That means that any up move to 10.5, I'm a short seller. In the shorter term, if that aqua blue line is crossing over a 50-week moving average, forget about it. With a weekly sell signal. Now, let's take a look at the S&P. Down here, S&P, double week sell signal. Prior to that sell signal going there, if you go to stockmarketfunding.com, you can't say that you were not warned. Now, how you transacted, what your behavioral transaction was within Wall Street is another story altogether. And if you'd like to come and visit us at stockmarketfunding.com and you'd like to address some of those behavioral transactions that you may have done or not done, and or if you had seen the prior videos, is that America was given a free pass by stockmarketfunding.com was to get out of the market before the big collapse. And another thing, if you're looking for validation or confirmation, then simply go to stockmarketfunding.com. Also go to dailystockcharts.com. Look for the oldest, but look for the key videos that were given and the key analysis and how we were trading the downside. And if you didn't get out, you're probably paying a pretty good price. So here, weekly S&P, double week sell signal, getting stronger. I'm at 19.48%, which I'm okay with for a short-term move. But as I said earlier, on both charts, they got something in common. And that's called the SMF Weekly Pro Trader Bar. And half of that weekly bar right there is going to be 1049.78 or somewhere right in there. And that's going to be my first resistance. As long as I go up and I do not have a closing price on the S&P above that 1049, working my way back up to that declining crossover. This is a very bearish when you can see the separation here. The longer the crossover gets from that 20 week, the weaker the up move shall be. And after many, many years of developing our own proprietary platforms and trend systems and anything else that you want to discuss with me, you feel free to come to stockmarketfunding.com. We could talk about it all day. What was going on with you. And what you should be looking at if you're involved in the markets right now is that you should take the time, because you've got July 12th, the earnings season is going to come into play. And I will tell you that any of the up moves that you see or get to experience in a short-term rally with those overhead resistances at the SMF Pro Trader weekly bars, both on S&P 500 and Dow, is that you should be ringing the cash register into that and not worrying about it. Because if you don't have the risk management proprietary skills, we have over 150 of them. And we have shown plenty. So I do know that what you see on the internet, it's hard to believe in this and that, and people claim they could do that. What I can tell you is you could join us for 5 days free. And at that point in time, you can have a true, correct evaluation as to what you see or not see. And how we do things here versus how you do things. And what I want to tell you is that it's the first time within that bull trend, when we hit that weekly buy signal over on 7/19 of 2009 on the S&P, buddy, we went straight up. But let me just tell you something. Don't think it doesn't work both ways, because it does. Now, it's only a double week sell signal, but the problem is that within other weekly sell signals or monthly sell signals, they have a tendency that after the relief bounce is that they roll right back over. Okay? And that's what happens. Welcome to stockmarketfunding.com. S&P 500 Dow both have weekly sell signals. Be sellers into the strength. And then if you need what you need to get, you can come here at stockmarketfunding.com. We're not here to show you things that are not reality. And I think we've done quite a good job as to trying to help the broader or the general public at times for free. Because at the end of the day, no matter what, you're very important to us. That's why we do what we do. And that's why we're giving you the free analysis. Because if we didn't care about you, we wouldn't be letting you know what's going on and what's going on in here with these moves. I got weekly crossovers on S&P and Dow with weekly sell signals. And I showed prior to the higher price decline, before that weekly sell signal would ever get generated, what it would look like with the descending weekly MACD going down in value, which would mean that any up move would return to weakness immediately, and therefore the bear would have control over the bull. And the bear has not stopped eating at that bull carcass.